Why fit in when you were born to stand out? This is Dr. Seuss's quote that I remind my children about every chance that I get. But it's a quote that can readily be used in our personal and our professional lives as well. There's been a lot of fear, confusion, trepidation, and really uncertainty in medicine. And yet, as physicians and nurses, we are thrust into the roles of leaders during a time when many people are looking for us for guidance and strength. And while we can't always offer certainty on what lies ahead, we can inspire those around us with one simple yet powerful tool. And that's the ability to respond proactively rather than reactively. So let me explain using a great example. During World War II, the Allied forces wanted to add protective armor to their warplanes. And while you can't armor an entire plane, you can't armor a whole plane, the War Department had to decide where to allocate that armor. So initially they had planned to examine the planes returning from combat and see where they hit the worst and armor those areas. It turned out that the wings and the area near the tail gunner and down the center were hit the worst. But at that time, the War Department hired Abraham Wald, a Hungarian-born mathematician, to help with this particular project. And while intuitively it made sense to armor the areas that were hit the worst, Wald made a bold recommendation to armor the areas that were not riddled with bullets. You see, they were looking at planes that returned from combat. They were reacting to a situation rather than proactively looking forward and realizing that it's the areas where that there were no bullet holes that should be covered with armor, as those planes did not actually make it back from combat. So my friends, be proactive and not reactive. There's a great quote that says, I believe that everyone chooses how to approach life. If you're proactive, you focus on preparing. If you're reactive, you end up focusing on repairing. And that's from John Maxwell. So remember this: proactive healthcare professionals, the pros, really high performers, decide. The successful ones are decisive. They don't agonize over the decisions. They develop this muscle, if you will. And you'll be on this road to a successful and a healthier long-term career. So let's be clear from the start. I'm not suggesting you make reckless decisions in your attempt to make a decision. Rather, I advocate for you to make thoughtful decisions. But I want you to be bold, and I want you to take these necessary steps to learn the keys to becoming more decisive in your decisions. So there's a great rule called the 10-10-10 rule. And it was developed by Susie Welch. She was a business writer, is a business writer from publications such as Bloomberg Business Week. So she asked the questions in: how will I feel about this decision in 10 minutes? How will I feel about this decision in 10 months? And how will I feel about this decision in 10 years? Do you see the 10-10-10 rule? And this approach forces you to look at the decisions in a specific time frame. It helps remove some of the emotion out of the decision, which is what we're racked with, especially in medicine. But part of the physician and the nurse's struggle is we feel that all decisions on them are important, but they're not. They are necessary, but they don't all carry the equal weight. So remember, friends, there are few decisions. There are very, very few decisions that are irreversible. And remembering this will allow you to take a deep breath in and focus on the decisions that need to be made, but made they must be. So my friends, work today on becoming more proactive rather than reactive, and you're going to see an amazing change in your attitude, in your courage, and in your decision making. And with that, have a great day. I'll see you right back here for another morning rounds before your morning rounds. Have a great day. Bye.